Hello, and welcome to MageWorld. I'm Carver Sweet, and I am the historian. The Blue Legion has a very strong presence not only all over the Garrock Empire, but all over the world of Antria. To maintain influence over such a vast territory, the Empire requires continuous access to immense numbers of human reinforcements. As one of the two ways to escape the land life of extreme poverty and endless work, the Legion always welcomes recruits to their lines. The recruits go through a strict training and testing process. The most talented ones, with an affinity for magic, can be selected to join the Paladin, the elite forces of the Blue Legion, or even the upper class of the elites, the Garrock Destructors. The regular military of the Legion is used to maintain order in the Garrock-controlled areas and act as foot soldiers alongside the Paladins in combat. The superior, mostly magic battle gear and munitions of the Paladins provide an advantage against enemy forces. Their face-covering helmets mimic monstrous sea creatures to scare off the enemy. The Blue Legion is subdivided into numerous smaller legions, the most famous of which are the Eel Legion, the Octopus Legion, the Squid Legion, and the Swordfish Legion. Each legion can be identified through the helmet and armor of its members. The Squid Legion has helmets with tentacle-shaped neck protectors, which vary in many different shapes and sizes, depending on the bearer's preferences and financial status. The armor color is silver mixed with light bluish tones. Ranks are also marked on the armor. The more gold there is on the armor, the higher the rank the wearer is. The commander of a legion is the only person to hold the Legion emblem, worn on the right side of the belt or on the left shoulder front. All Blue Legion members wear a blue cape. Losing the cape is equal to losing a weapon, what is considered treachery under any circumstances. No matter how torn or damaged, the cape has to be present. Should the cape be cut off or torn off during combat, it must be collected and protected. To avoid losing their capes, most paladins wear them under their body armor, so it appears to be a second layer of the traditional Garrock war skirt. One of the two leaders of the Garrock Destructors, and another iconic character of the Garrock Empire, is the Prime Destructor, Father of Glory. After the fall of the Ancients Bound, the Garrock Empire sent its finest warrior, Caragras, to the Void to receive 1,000-year-long magic and combat training. This, however, had an unimaginably high price. His soul became infused with demonic essence. His continuous temper outbursts, his unpredictability, and all the destruction caused during these violent outbreaks made him unfit for what the Empire desired him to do: lead the united armies of the Garrock princedoms. The Sun Emperor finally assigned the Garrock High Mage Academy to remove the demonic presence at any price. More than 20 powerful mages lost their lives in the rituals performed to cleanse Caragras. The demon residing within him thwarted the attempts with his might and ruthless, sadistic nature. That was until the wandering High Mage, the Pathfinder, returned to the Empire. His decision to not remove the demon itself, only its mental essence, was met with shock and disbelief. None, though, doubted his skill or authority. The demon's vegetative functions would remain tied to the living flesh, resulting in Caragras keeping the demonic agility, strength, and demonic powers. The procedure, however, was worse than a nightmare. It branded Caragras with wounds unimaginable for any other living thing to survive. After the transformation, Caragras suited up in his living granite steel armor, which had been his second skin from that moment. Although he removes his helmet while eating and sleeping, no one has ever seen his naked face. Rumors say his head is covered by an opaque white smoke, and all that can be seen of his face is the light of blue glowing eyes. The wise rubbish such claims, branding them as tales used to blind the poor by embellishing the already widely feared and honored character. The only truth known about him is that Tyrus priest mages take him to the life fountain every 10 years to rejuvenate his rapidly aging body. It is also known that after being cleansed of the demonic mind, he assembled the Blue Legion with Gartherin by uniting the princedoms and forming the elite corps of the Garrock Destructors. At the beginning of his new life, he abandoned his old name, and is called Prime Destructor throughout Antria. His height is nearly 7 feet. His breastplate is covered by thunder runes, which can be used to shower lightning upon the enemy in combat. He wields 2 long swords. He is instantly identified by the 6 eye-hole helmet covering his head. People whisper that the number of holes matches the number of his eyes. Only his personal guard could unravel the truth about that matter. They, however, remain silent in all circumstances. The blue war skirt of the Blue Legion hangs down to his shins. His shoulders and lower arms are covered with blades mimicking the fins of sea monsters. The living armor obeys the Prime Destructor unconditionally. He may transform it at will, even during combat. Opposed to the venturous endeavors of the Prime Destructor, Gartherin lives as the living statue of persistence in the people's mind. Well-planned strategies and clockwork precision in the execution thereof are paired with his personality. The few having direct audience with him can confirm the correctness of this belief and that his words are beyond any dispute. What he says happens, even if every stone in Antria has to be turned over. Gartherin also leads the Inner War Council of the Sun Emperor and is his personal counselor. His opinion is often sought about economic and administrative matters due to his elaborate and well-balanced decisions. The public celebrates him as the main sponsor of the Open Gladiator Games and the Senator of Public Entertainment. It is an open secret in noble circles that he has a close bond with the Pathfinder. Besides Simondon, he is the only person to know when Barathron returns and dives into the life fountain. His skills as a leader and his well-thought-through mindset are rounded by his charismatic personality and impeccable behavior. This makes him an absolute favorite of the people who look with grace upon his character. An attractive appearance and perfect physique crown his personality. Some of the bards even venture to describe him as the greatest creation Goddess Tyora has ever given to the Garoks. Similar to Karagraus, he towers at nearly 7 feet in height. His armor gleams with a combination of silver and very light bluish color that turns granite black at the start of combat. Only insiders can differentiate between him and the Prime Destructor on the battlefield. The big difference, though, is that Gartherin removes his helmet and unfolds his stylish blonde hair at the first given moment, which shows off his masculine face and reveals his bluish-green eyes. He has a strong passion for writing. He shows up mounted whenever possible. He often reads to improve his skills and lives an extensive social life. He enjoys himself deeply when immersed in the training of horses and dogs. He treats it more like art than taming, and looks on animals as Tyora's sacred gift carrying the blessing of life. This view and training makes his horse Valar Garok's best mount and his trusted companion in battles. The same mentality makes his dog's weapons nearly as dangerous as his sword and mace.